All right. Hello, everyone. All right. So, what is your name, ma'am?
Maria Hortensia Gonzalez.
All right, Ms. Gonzalez, you have a failure to appear on a criminal trespass and a failure to appear on a shoplift from 2024. And I'm going to release you on these, but I'm going to appoint a public defender. So if you're not out of custody, they'll talk to you about what you want to do with these cases, and we'll review the case May 16th. If you're out of custody, come to court that day, but your lawyer will keep you up to date, okay?
Okay, sounds good. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you.
Your Honor, this is the jail. Kaufman Cody refused,
All right, I'm just saying that.
as well as Gordon Jesus.
Okay. Not that exciting. Tomorrow too. All right. Then we will move those two to tomorrow, and we'll go back to the misdemeanors council. Okay.
Oh, sounds good to me. Can I come back in just a bit, Judge?
Okay.
Thank you.
What's your name?
Right.
Thanks, guys. What's your name, sir?
Rome Tyree Bartley.
All right. You have a new charge of domestic violence, criminal trespass, and then a failure to appear on a domestic violence disorderly conduct. So I am going to order you not to go back to the incident location, your parents' house, no alcohol or illegal drugs, no acts of domestic violence. I'm going to appoint Robin Ald to represent you and hold you on a $500 bond, and your next court date's going to be March 31st at 1 p.m. So your lawyer will be out to see you.
Am I getting released today at all?
We got a $500 bond, so you'll be released if you post that.
How long am I here then?
Till the 31st.
Of this month?
Yeah.
What's today?
Today's the 28th, so Monday. All right, that's it, sir. What's your name?
Jenna Hikens.
All right, I've seen you out of warrant out of Eloy Justice Court for a domestic violence disorderly conduct. So I'm going to release you on that, order you not to commit acts of domestic violence, and your next court date will be in Eloy in Coolidge, on April 15th at 9 o'clock. And if you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. If you're still in custody, I've noted that on the minute entry, so hopefully they will look for you in custody if you're not out by then. But if you're out, you need to go to court.
Okay.
Okay?
Don't I have court for my other charges?
Yeah, it looks like you have a justice court hold, and that's what I mean. So if you don't get out, it says that in a minute that you have a hold on that.
No, I don't have court anymore tonight, though.
Hmm?
No more court then?
The last one. She's
Okay, then. Thank you.
Okay.
Is that it? Yeah, that's it.
Lauren. Justin. So
All right. What's your name, sir?
Justin Ramon.
Let's see. You have a warrant out of Marana for a failure to appear on a disorderly conduct charge. And I am going to hold you on that one because you're going to be in custody anyway on the city court case. So on that one, I'm going to hold you on a $250 bond, order you not to go back to the incident location, and appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you. And your court date in Marana will be March 31st, Monday,
Okay.
noon. And then
stop talking.
you have a lot of cases out of Tucson City Court, but your newest project looks to be like a domestic violence failure to comply with the court order, domestic violence disorderly conduct. And I'm going to order you not to have any contact with your mother, not to return to her residence, no acts of violence. I am going to hold you to a $500 bond on that, and appoint the public defender to represent you. And you also have a petition to revoke your probation. Let's see if I can find it. I know I had it and I've lost it now. There's so many. Get rid of the Justice Court for the Moran one, and then maybe I can find it. Okay, hold on a second. I gotta arraign you on your petition to revoke your probation. Also, I just saw it. I pulled it out too because. Well, anyway, I'm going to enter your denial of your petition to revoke your probation. The violation is that you failed to appear for the arraignment and you failed to comply with the court orders. So on that, I will hold you on a $500 bond and give you a public defender. The date in city court is going to be April 11th, 1:45. And that's it. sir.
That's it.
Where'd you go?
Alright. Okay. Go back out there.
No, sir. Go to the back again. Just take a seat. Okay, thank you.
All right.
I need to take a look.
I did all this. I think I signed it. I didn't put dates on everything. Yep. I know I put it in somewhere and then I'll delete it. Let me check to make sure I didn't do that mess. Report paperwork. I know I saw it somewhere. All right. What's your name, sir?
Alex Verdugo, ma'am.
You're charged with domestic violence, disorderly conduct, and domestic violence. Oh, it's still there? Okay, criminal damage. And I am going to, thank you. order you not to have any contact with Reina Verdugo and not to return to her residence.
Okay, ma'am.
No acts of domestic violence, and your next court date is going to be April 7th at 10:30 in Justice Court. If you don't appear, a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Then you're released.
Thank you.
Okay.
See you.
Would that be all?
Yep.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. Have a great day.
Elias. Hello,
What's your name, sir?
Oscar Lister.
Oscar Elias?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You've got failures to appear on a theft, a shoplift, a drug paraphernalia, and a criminal trespass. Or no, maybe they're new, actually. Yeah, one happened today, and one happened March 17th. So do not go back to any of the incident locations. No alcohol or illegal drugs, and you need to come back to court April 24th at 9 o'clock, or warrant will issue for your arrest again. You understand? Released.
Released?
Well, yeah, released until you go to DOC, basically.
All right. Oh, yeah, the DOC holds. Expect the 3CO.
What's your name?
Gregory Patricio.
All right, Mr. Patricio, you are in custody with a bond of $1,406.91 because you ordered you have to make restitution payments, and that was ordered back in 2017, it looks like. So that's what you're in there for. I'm gonna hold you on that bond, figure out between now and April 9th at 1:45 how you're gonna get going on those payments. And I will appoint Janet Altschuler to represent you, so she'll come talk to you. But no matter what, every time I let you out and you don't make a payment, then I issue a warrant, we end up back here again, okay?
I wasn't 'cause I mean the last court appearance I had made it to which was like last month, I believe, they weren't brought up. I had recently missed a court appearance like last week, I think. I was I don't know why I was under the impression that it was this week sometime, but
The last
yeah.
date I have for you that you didn't show up was August 9th, 2024, on this case where I've been setting hearings for you on failure to pay restitution. So you need to think about that. See if you have any friends or family that want to post that bond and have it paid towards restitution. And I'll see you on April 9th at 1:45.
I had a question about the bond. If I'm not able to get somebody to pay that, how do I go about uh
You see me April 9th. You're in custody until you figure out that I'm going to keep haunting you forever till you pay this restitution. So you got to figure out a way you're going to do that. So I'll see you April 9th if you don't have the whole bond posted.
all right, thank you.
Okay. All right. Is the interpreter ready for us?
Interpreter's ready, Your Honor.
Okay. What is your name, sir?
Diga su nombre, señor.
Accelerates.
Axel Rodríguez.
All right. You are charged with 3 counts of disorderly conduct
Se le han presentado 3 cargos de conducta contra el orden público
and domestic violence disorderly conduct.
bajo violencia doméstica.
And
Conducta contra el orden público.
Ms. Guerrero, do you need the interpreter also?
¿Y acaso la señora Guerrero necesita? La intérprete dice que no.
Okay. And you have a right to be heard on conditions of release, like whether he should be released. So did you want to speak tonight? Wait for the interpreter.
Yes.
Wait for the
Le
interpreter.
pregunta le dice a la señora que ella tiene derecho de ser escuchada en cuanto a condiciones de liberación, que si quiere contacto o no contacto, y ella dice que sí quiere hablar. Go ahead.
Okay. Go ahead, Ms. Guerrero.
Thank you, Your Honor. I do object to him being released. speak to his parents as well, and they also agreed.
And who are you in relationship to him, ma'am?
His wife.
Oh, okay. They did not. That was not clear to me
Okay.
from her paperwork. I'm sorry.
Dice
go
la
ahead.
señora que sí se opone a que él sea liberado. Hablé con sus padres y ellos también se oponen. Y le pregunta a la juez, ¿quién es usted en relación con él? Yo soy su esposa. Muy bien.
All right. And ma'am, you say that his parents also don't want contact or return? Was that?
No, just for the release. They do want contact and return. They're in Mexico, but they said that they think it's better for him to stay in, like not to get released.
All right. And how do you
Y-
feel? I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Le pregunta la juez a la señora que los padres también no quieren que él sea liberado. Pues hablé con ellos y sí quieren contacto con él, nomás que no deberá de ser liberado de allí. Go ahead, Your Honor.
And how do you feel about contact and return, ma'am?
Y usted, señora, ¿cómo se siente en cuanto a contacto y que él regrese?
So in contact and return, I do feel like I do agree. I do want contact and return. Just that we request if he could stay there.
But why?
Pues sí voy a querer contacto y que regrese, nomás que él se quede allí. ¿Pero por qué? Le pregunta la juez.
I have to make a decision based on whether he's going to cause more harm or not come back to court. So, do you feel that you're in danger if he's released?
Le pregunta a la juez que yo tengo que hacer una decisión a base si él no va a regresar al tribunal o si ella no quiere contacto. ¿Piensa que usted será dañada si él es liberado?
No, Your Honor, but he does use drugs and we're scared that something might happen.
No, su señoría, pero él sí usa drogas y tenemos temor que quizá algo ocurra.
Okay, thanks, ma'am.
Muy bien, gracias, señora.
All right. So, Mr. Rodriguez Valencia, I am going to order you not to consume any alcohol or illegal drugs and not to commit any acts of domestic violence.
Bueno, señor Rodríguez Valencia, le voy a ordenar que usted no consuma drogas ni alcohol y no cometer ningún otro actos de violencia doméstica.
There is
Okay.
not enough information on the pretrial assessment or on this case that would make me feel that the defendant is a danger, so I am going to release him at this time.
No se ha realizado una evaluación suficiente a preprocesar para para determinar que él es un peligro si es liberado. Entonces lo voy a liberar en este momento.
But you need
Thank
to,
you.
you need to respect the victim's wishes. If they ask you to leave, you need to leave. You understand?
Pero usted necesita respetar los deseos de la víctima. Si le piden que se vaya, usted se necesita retirar.
Okay.
And
Okay,
you need to
that's
come
fine.
back to court April 7th at 10:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest.
Usted tiene que regresar al proceso, al tribunal, el día 10 de abril a las 10:30. Si no se presente, se emitirá una orden de arresto en su nombre. ¿Comprende?
Sí.
Yes.
All right. And ma'am, I always encourage you to go to court also because a lot of times there are victim advocates there and you can speak to them about your rights and your options on this case, okay?
Okay, thank
Y
you, Your
la
Honor.
juez le indica a la señora que ella también se podrá presentar al tribunal porque hay personas que abogan o defensores de víctimas y puede recibir recursos ella también.
Okay. Thank you for coming, ma'am. Sir, you're excused.
Muy bien, la sesión se ha terminado, están libres de retirarse.
All right. And
Thank
and the interpreter's excused too. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
No.
All right. What's your name, sir?
Jesús Antonio Bracamonte.
All right. You are charged with conspiracy to commit armed robbery and aggravated robbery. Counsel, the state's asking for a $50,000 bond. Did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. So it looks like Mr. Bracamonte has absolutely no felony history whatsoever. I understand the seriousness of the charges. Your Honor, given a complete lack of felony history and his relatively young age, we're asking you to consider release to pretrial services, but we understand if you're not inclined, a $5,000.
All right. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Bracamonte, order him not to have any contact with the victim, not to return to the incident location, no firearms, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I am going to hold him on a $35,000 bond, given the his level of involvement. And if it's posted, released to pretrial services, and the preliminary hearing will be will be April 7th at 1:30. And then, Mr. Bracamonte, you have a theft warrant out of city court, shoplift, it looks like. So don't go back to the incident location. I'm going to appoint a city public defender. They'll follow along with you on your felony and let you know what's going on with this misdemeanor and whether you'll be seen by video or whether you should come to court, okay?
Okay.
All right.
And Judge, what was the city court date? I'm sorry.
Oh, I didn't give it because it's so far out. May 16th. Yeah, May 16th until. Okay. What's your name, sir?
Mr. Andrew Cruz.
Charged with possession of a dangerous drug. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you. No alcohol or illegal drugs, and I will release you to pretrial services. And you need to come back to court on April 17th at 1:30. So contact pretrial and your lawyers on Monday.
See you, Judge.
Alice?
Yeah, good luck, sir.
What's your name?
Lori Ellis.
All right,
Hey.
you are charged with organized retail theft and felony shoplifting. And counsel of the state's asking for a $10,000 bond. Did you want to be?
Yes, please, Judge. My suspicion is that the state is asking for a high bond because he has scored 6 on the NCA scale, 5 on the FDA scale. Regardless, Judge, this is a property crime. He does seem to have a few priors. So for that reason, and given that this is a big crime, we're asking you to consider release, but we understand if you're not inclined, due to the nature of the charge, we're asking for a $2,000 bond. And Your Honor, we ask that the legal defender's office be appointed. I see a Pennsylvania warrant, which is not expeditable, but in case that changes, we'd ask that you appoint the MP.
And the clerk has done that already, so that's good. All right, so given the repetitive nature of the offense and that he's got a warrant for shoplifting out of justice court, I am going to appoint the legal defender, no return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, $5,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, April 7th at 1:30 will be the preliminary hearing. And then on the shoplift out of justice court, let's hold him on $100 bond just so he gets credit. Appoint Anna Dennis to represent him and set it for March 31st at 1 p.m. Oops. Okay, and that is that. On which? Okay. let me look. I'm sure I released him. I did. Okay. Thanks. All right. What's your name?
Kevin Arturo Espinosa Sanchez.
All right. Your charge is possession of a firearm during a narcotic offense, possession of a dangerous drug, possession of narcotic drugs, possession of drug paraphernalia, and misconduct involving firearms. And I'm assuming and what he we're talking about a handgun magazine, I think. So I think that counts, right, counsel? But the state is recommending a pretrial release. So
Yes,
okay.
Your Honor.
All right. Then I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Espinosa. No alcohol or illegal drugs, no firearms, no release to pretrial services to report to them, and come back to court for your preliminary hearing April 17th at 1:30 or a warrant will issue for your arrest. You understand, sir? Yes. Mr. Goodman, I'm going to dump Mr. Huggins unless you can tell me something that should make me not dump it.
You want to hear that now or in a second?
I want to hear, what's your name, sir?
My name's Andrew Huggins, Your Honor.
All right, you're charged with felony criminal damage, and Mr. Goodman, I don't find probable cause. These are just statements. They're not like, they're like telling me, they're not telling me they're just telling me what happened, but not how anyone knows that any of it happened. So, can you want to argue that there is enough probable cause for me?
Well, I don't believe a probable cause statement requires, identification of every aspect of the case. It's basically a bare bones snippet of what the factual allegations are. He basically admitted to consuming 8 THC and he crashed his vehicle into a power transformer. I don't know how many different ways that would need to be explained as far as the recklessness aspect of, the charge being alleged.
Defense counsel.
Your Honor, candor to the tribunal, I think with the criminal damage charge, I think Peter's right.
Okay.
Because there was an admission about, because there is no DUI charge, otherwise I would be arguing actual physical control, because I think I'm just looking at the interim judge, I just got it. It says he crashed his vehicle into a power transformer, so, and there's no DUI charge, so, it just says, it doesn't tell us if there was any witness. I agree with you on that. Bloodshot, watery eyes, and yeah, it's conclusive. Part one, I think the first statement, I think that's where the court is going. The first statement is conclusory, and we don't know if any independent witness saw it or how that came about. So if the court wants to dismiss, I'll gladly take that. I honestly don't. It's kind of this is one of the on the fence ones.
Yeah.
But I agree with the court's conclusion that with the first statement that it really doesn't explain how the crash occurred. So
yeah. I guess that's what obviously there's like some recklessness, but there's to me, I don't, usually when the officers just say this happened, it's like that's not enough to me. You could say all of these things like this person burglarized a house, the end. So that's my right? That he didn't say.
It is conclusive, Judge. So I'm with you. I think you convinced me that there's no PC. So I agree with you now.
Yeah. So, all right. I'm going to dismiss it. Definitely be refiled. Probably will be refiled since the county attorney is disagreeing with me. And they can just get more information from the officer and do it again. So if you get notified, get served with charges, you need to come to court. But right now, I'm going to dismiss it for lack of probable cause. Okay.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right. This is my favorite public cost statement of the year so far. All right, what's your name, sir?
Roberto Lopez.
All right, you're charged from March 20th with aggravated assault with a deadly weapon, first-degree burglary, and armed robbery with a deadly weapon. And the state is asking for a $100,000 bond. Counsel, did you want to be heard?
Yes, Your Honor. Can I please have a brief? Thank you. Your Honor, Mr. Lopez doesn't seem to have any felony or juvenile criminal history. He's 18 years old. He has ties to Tucson. Your Honor, one thing that stood out to me from the interim complaint is it looks like he's injured and the victim was the one that transported him to the hospital. So given all those factors, Judge, and given his young age, I think he has enough family support that he can come to court. I understand the facts probably support what Mr. Goodman may or may not say, that this is a danger to the community situation. But given the totality, Judge, I would be asking for pretrial services release, given a complete lack of felony history. But if you're inclined to set a bond, we just ask that it be somewhere close to $5,000. Thank you.
I will appoint the public defender to represent Mr. Lopez. Order him not to return to the incident location, no contact with the victim, no guns, no alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to hold him on a $50,000 bond, pretrial services if posted, and set the preliminary hearing for April 7th at 1:30. You okay?
I see.
All right, what's your name?
ICEMAN.
All right, so we have a warrant for your failure to appear on an aggravated assault case from January 8th of last year, or this year, I'm sorry. And that one, council has a bond of $1,000. And then I guess Mr. Goodman is asking for a bond of $5,000 on the new case, which was committed on pretrial release instead of a no bond hold. So how do you feel about all of that?
Your Honor, I don't know your position on this, but I just want the court to consider the mental health aspect of this. I think the old case is also similarly in a similar procedural posture. So, but that's the only reason I'd be asking for a lower bond. But otherwise, I know what the court does, so I'm not trying to fight you.
I don't have money in my family doesn't have money.
All right, so Ms. Mitchell, I am going to hold you on $1,000 bond on the warrant that was signed for your failure to appear. No contact with the victim, no return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs. If it's posted, released to pretrial. And on the warrant, that there will be an arraignment April 4th at 1:30. And then on the new case, which is eligible for no bond because it was committed while you were on release on the old case, the prosecutor is asking for just a $5,000 bond. So I am going to set that release to pretrial, same conditions, no contact with the victim, no return to the incident location, no alcohol or illegal drugs, appoint the public defender. And on the new case, it will be set for preliminary hearing April 7th at 1:30.
Not the state.
What's your name?
Michael Nunez.
All right, you're charged with auto theft, aggravated assault on a police officer, 2 counts, and felony criminal damage. And counsel, once again, I guess Mr. Nunez is on release, so the state is asking for $25,000 in lieu of no bond. So those to me are your 2 choices. Which would you choose?
Choose the bond, Judge.
Okay. So I will appoint the legal defender to represent Mr. Nunez. No contact with the victim, no return to the incident location, don't drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs, $25,000 bond, pretrial services if posted. April 7th will be the preliminary hearing at 1:30.
Not very good.
Morning.
Yes.
What's your name, ma'am?
Itemina Osmeyer.
All right, you're charged with unlawful flight from a law enforcement vehicle. I am going to appoint the public defender to represent you, order you not to drive without a valid license, no alcohol or illegal drugs, and I'm going to release you on your promise to appear in court for your preliminary hearing April 17th at 1:30. So call your lawyer and come to court, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. You understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
Yes, I didn't know he was pulling me over.
All right.
And we're right now.
Leave it be the next judge. Oh wait, that's going to be me. Sad. What's your name, sir?
Keep the judge. Excuse me, sorry. It's Ronald William Reno.
You're charged with possession of a narcotic drug, possession of drug paraphernalia. I am going to order you not to possess any alcohol or illegal drugs. I'm going to release you to pretrial services. I'm going to appoint the legal defender's office to represent you, so you need to report to pretrial, call your lawyer, and come back to court April 17th at 1:30, or a warrant could issue for your arrest. Understand?
Understand.
You also have a warrant out of justice court for cruelty to animal charges, so I'm going to release you on those, but you need to come back to court April 7th at 8:30, or another warrant will issue on those, all right?
Not a problem. Thank you very much.
All right. Good night, everyone. Thank you all.
Good night, Judge. Have a good
Good night,
Bye,
Smith.
Peter. Bye, Peter.
All right.